of Brazil. This is the first time a movie has been, well, one of the first times that an Indian film has been shot in Brazil.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Extremely exciting, because personally speaking, I always wanted to, go to Rio. It was like a, somewhere deep down you thought. And it had never happened in our cinematic experience so far. And as you know, in our schedules, most of our travels, there's very little time out that I have managed to squeeze it in all my years of working. So I always wondered when you'd get the opportunity to go there, and actually around Carnival time. It was like about a month before when we heard the possibilities were Rio, we were all like, God, we just hope it really works out, really happens. It was fantastic.
Aishwarya, there's one question. Before we go to Navjot, there's one question which the entire country wants to ask. Aishwarya, undeniably, I mean, it's been repeated so often that you are the most beautiful face on earth. How do you live with that? I mean, you're
I just
perfect.
whisper it in your ear before a show and say, that's the way you better introduce me.
No, come on.
No.
I mean...
No, you guys are not compelled to say that.
No, we're not compelled to say that, and it's absolutely the fact, and I think all of us agree with that. I mean, psyche.
Okay, moving on. I told you, no, not to ask that question.
But there's a very important event etched in my memory. Mandira ji, wo Rakesh Sharma gaye the na jab when he went to the moon. Indira Gandhi asked him, "Aapko Bharat kaisa lag raha hai?" And he just quietly said, one of my favorite dialogues is, "Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara." You don't have to go to the moon to say that. You look at that face. You look at that face. You can just fully say, "Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara." I mean, you see, very few people, in a country where you have turmoil, you have scandals, there's very little, corruption, wallowing in corruption like a rhinoceros in an African pool. There's very little to be proud of. You look at Tendulkar, you can say, "Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara," and you look at her, again I'll say that. But then tell me, did you ever dream of it as a young child? Did you ever imagine that this is the kind of name and fame that you'll get? And,
And have you here saying all this to me? Never ever. Never ever. Thank you. That's really sweet. But, it's a privilege and an honor to actually have the opportunity to, be all about us as a people, us as a nation. And yes, there are things that we feel bad about where our country is concerned. But then again, there's so much to be proud of, and that's genuine. And, every given opportunity, you're not really, forced to say anything. You just exude it. And, I'm really India proud.
Opportunity? You don't have to look for opportunities. Opportunities will come at your door, park themselves, and honk the horn.
Aishwarya, coming back to the film.
The normally chirpy Charu has to ask a question. He's very quiet today.
I'm very Simon and Garfunkel today. What can I say? I mean, life has taken you wherever it has. And I got a million questions in my mind, but I don't know which one to come up with. It's all impromptu, by the way.
I like the smile,
hope you're ready.
That's what I said. The normally chirpy Charu is at a loss for words today.
You think you could go at him, aren't you?
It's something that doesn't normally happen on this show.
Well, I could, I suppose, and I will ask. I mean, what is the biggest, ever since 94, and the title, and now, 12 years down the line, what's been the biggest learning in life for you?
The biggest learning is that, your efforts are sincere and constant, and the more you give to every opportunity that knocks or honks at your door, or, in life that presents itself, the more you give to it, and in all sincerity, you really needn't focus on the peripherals and the returns, because it's in abundance, and life is very, very generous if you are giving in all sincerity. And it's very humbling, actually. And I'm very thankful that even though, when I participated in the pageant and it was all about, yes, evidently perceived as being a beauty queen, for me it was all about, not trying to say, hey, I am beautiful, but about getting the opportunity to represent us. And 12 years down the road, for that still to be a very privileged place to have, and to constantly be able to do that, is a blessing. And people's love is... it's humbling when you meet people being so generous with their love, and you all, being so sweet with your compliments. You can tell when it's genuine, and it's just it's a very special place to be in, and I can just be thankful.
And good luck.
You know, if we had our way, we would go on and on and on with Aishwarya Rai, but unfortunately, we will have to let her go. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, absolute
Fantastic to
pleasure.
have
And India, we're all about you today, so
Right.
we're rooting. God bless. Have fun.
Well, India, Team India, bhai, Aishwarya ne kaha hai, it's all about us. Go India, from one great actor to one great car. Let's take a look at the road trip with Maruti.